Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about some gold and gold royalty companies I currently like as of April 2026. But bear in mind though that obviously these are more like smaller companies, so obviously if there were to be an escalation in Iran or so forth, then these could obviously go up or down based upon like the news, a little bit more dramatically than more stable companies, so bear that in mind. But let's go right into it. By the way, this is not financial advice, you see it says right there, not financial advice. Let's go right into it. And starting with the first one will be Laiva Gold. This is a company we have mentioned one time before. The thing that's interesting about this company is that it could perhaps become public this month, perhaps. And why is this interesting? It's located in Finland, where they have modern infrastructure, all weather access roads, and energy supplied by one of the most reliable grids. Where the CEO, John Williamson, has 35 years in the global mining sector, where he's been the chairman and founder of 20 successful companies. The thing is, this company has 2 million ounces of gold in measured and indicated in historical resource. It had a little bit of production before it had to stop a couple of years ago, so a little bit similar to like with West Red Lake Gold. But obviously this has tremendous infrastructure and so forth, and they would apparently start producing this year. That's exciting. And obviously it's in the middle of Finland, and it's close by to Gemdale Gold, close by First Quantum Mine, and they would apparently have about 6,000 tons per day of capacity. They are planning to have a 2026 restart of production. So this company seems very interesting, and let's hope that it gets public. Now let's go to the next one. The next one on the list is Greenland Mines LTD. Now why on earth is this interesting? It has a tremendous resource in Greenland at the Skagand project. It's one of the largest undeveloped gold, palladium and platinum deposits in the world, with an in-site resource value at $68 billion. Using February 2026 prices, obviously. So let's talk about the management. That's the president, called Bo Møller Stengard, has experience in exploration and natural resource development, and where he has a PhD in economic geology, and he was a former research scientist at Geological Surveys of Denmark and Greenland. So he has some experience in Greenland. The project hosts about 17 million ounces of palladium, which is about 13 to 15 years of the United States palladium consumption, where it's mainly used in catalytic converters for gasoline, diesel and hybrid vehicles, missile guiding systems, communications and radar, and satellites and aerospace and so forth. Gold, they have about 6.8 million ounces of gold. Platinum, they have 1.4 million ounces of platinum, where most of the uses of platinum is in industrial and defense, in jewelry, in auto catalysts, and some in investments and some in others. So this company seems very interesting. Bear in mind, it's not producing. So this is more like a high risk, high reward, potential reward company. I really like it. Since it's a tier 1 deposit, like Rick Rule taught us, you know, then it has some potential, but bear in mind, it's not producing, and probably more for those people that have a long time preference. So let's go over to the next one. And the next one is Summit Royalties. It's very interesting though, because they have royalties in Madsen, which is West Red Lake Gold Mines, major project. They have a 1% NSR royalty. And they also have at Orson Gold's mine, this company has 50% stream on silver production with minimum guaranteed deliveries of 37,000 ounces annually. They also have some royalties at Jaguar Mining's Pitangui mine, where they are projecting that this mine, while like Jaguar Mining would apparently throughout its life produce between 40 and 50,000 ounces per year for 15 years, and they are projecting a production start later 2027. And you know, it seems to be that they would have like a 1.5% net smelting rate, so this company could really benefit in the future. They also have a 0.5 NSR royalty at Denarius Metals, where production began mid-2025, and they also have a royalty at MERWAK, which is Banya Gold's, where apparently they would have 2% net smelting rate of over 66% of the deposit, and a 1% net smelting rate of 34% of the deposit. Obviously, when that gets up and going, it could be very interesting for this company. And obviously, the CEO, who was recently a VP of corporate development at Metalla Royalty and Streaming, where he assisted the company growing from 18 to 100 royalties in streaming. The technical advisor, Rick, is a professional geologist with over 20 years of experience, where he's had roles at IM Gold and Power Mining. And it seems like a very interesting company where it's already generating cash, where from like West Red Lake Gold Mines and Orson Gold and so forth. It seems, in my opinion, a little bit cheap. The board and management owns about 15% of the company, so they have an incredible incentive for this to be growing, and apparently they are projecting by 2027 the royalty revenue could increase by $15 million at current prices, obviously when that presentation was made. This company has 50 royalties, where 4 of them are producing, we just mentioned them, them. And they have 3 development stage projects and 43 exploration stage. Now where on earth is it? It's in North America, it's in Brazil and South America, and it is in Australia. So basically safe jurisdictions, basically most of them. So this company seems to have a very bright future, and I thought I would just mention it. Now let's go to the next one. The next one on the list is Eagle Plains Resources. Now why on earth is this interesting? The fact that Rick Rule is one of the largest investors in the company, but also Tech Resources and Eros Resources Corp are significant shareholders, but also between 20 and 30% of the shares are owned by directors or insiders combined, you know. So like 20-30% combined are like owned by the insiders. And the company is fully diluted at 132 million shares out. And why is it also interesting is that it has tremendous experience team, where like the CEO has 30 years of experience in mineral exploration and mining, and also the VP has over 25 years of experience working in mineral exploration across different commodities, and obviously, and also their executive chairman is a professional geologist with over 35 years of experience in the mineral exploration industry. So it's a very experienced management team, and it has over 30 years of operating, and it's paid over $115 million in dividends to shareholders through like spin-outs. But this company is well financed and debt-free. Their commodities in focus are gold, uranium, copper, lithium, rare earths, nickel and molybdenum, and some silver and like zinc. And they have 12 drill programs planned for 2026, where 2 of them are self-funded, and there's about $14 million in exploration expenditure, where 11 of them are apparently funded by option partners, where they will be focusing on uranium, gold and zinc in Saskatchewan. And they obviously have 50 projects in Western Canada, where most of the exploration is funded by third parties. And the final company on this list is a company we mentioned a couple of months ago when it was a lot cheaper. It's called Stakeholder Gold. Now why on earth should you care about this? It's a small company, but it has some quarries which is already generating revenue. Now how much revenue? They are projecting about $3.5 million in revenue in 2026 compared to $1.7 million in revenue in 2025. And that's important because this company is exploring for gold and silver. And where on earth are they exploring? They are exploring for gold and silver though at their 100% owned Ballarat Gold and Copper project, which is nearby or located in the heart of White Gold District in the Yukon territory. So imagine if this company were to actually find some gold and silver, that would be amazing. And the fact that most of the shares are owned by insiders, at 45% of the shares are owned by insiders, and 8% is owned by institutional. They have a profitable stone business, which is then generating revenue, and that revenue can then be used to explore for gold and silver, which could then, imagine if they were to find a major project, or like a major deposit rather. They have like 5 operating quarries, and they would apparently start drilling as of May 2026. And 20 kilometers of Yukon's resource gateway road is being built directly through the company's claim. So this company seems very, very interesting, and the fact that they wouldn't have to dilute so much, and the fact that they can then for resources, I really like this. These companies these are some of my favorite gold companies for 2026 that are smaller because they have higher upside. So bear in mind, all of this is like very risky companies that could do adequate or do very nice if everything goes according to plan and if there's no hiccups in Iran. But I really like these companies, and I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed. This is not financial advice as per usual. This is just my opinion. So if you're interested in these companies, you should go on the website and read the documents like presentation, the fact sheet, research, the management team. That's very important. Obviously, I'm currently considering adding these, or have already added some of them perhaps by the time I'm posting this. But just bear in mind, none of this is financial advice, and do thorough research. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace!